Hey guys, welcome back to Detroit Garage. On this episode, we're going to do a remote filter housing for the little 53 series here. Of course, the OEM filter housing, this one here, is too large. There's too much space between here, and it hits the frame. I was hoping a 653 housing would fit. Put that down there so you can see it. So I'm referring to this piece here. This is a remote filter housing for a 653, and it's too large for the little inline 53 series. So I'm going to make one out of scratch, 3/8 plate steel, and I'm just going to trace this out, transfer the holes, drill them. Of course, drill 2 holes, 1 in and out, and weld in JIC fittings for it, 3/4 inch. I did the same thing for my 453T, and it worked really well. So I'm just going to make the same thing for this. And the filter housing, I've got one up on the shelf, and it's just a 3/4 inch, I think a Cummins housing or something like that. I'll bring it down and have a look at it, but it's just a stock standard 3/4 inch housing with a oil filter on it. So that's what I'm going to use. Okay, just a test fit, and the holes are drilled true. So now I'll cut this piece off here. well, that's roughed in now, so the next step is to clean this up and then drill the two holes. Well, there it is, kind of roughed up. Now I've got to drill the holes. I'll go look at the schematics and see which way it flows, and then drill the holes for the oil lines. Oh, there it is. So oil comes out the center, down into the filter housing, back up for the return, and into the outer side there. It looks kind of opposite to what you would think, but that's the way it is. So that just gives me a reference of how I want to set up these hoses. Okay. So what I've got to do to get enough room to be able to drill these holes and weld them all in, I've got to drill them on an angle. So that one's going to go that way, and that one's going to go that way. All right, well, there's the outside, and the bung goes on there like that, and that's the inside. So you can see it's the same diameter as the 3/4 inch JIC fitting. So I have to go, like I said before, go and buy one of these, buy two actually. I have these fittings, but I haven't decided yet if I'm going to go with 45s or straight out. I'll have a think on that when I go to the fitting shop. That's looking pretty good. You center those up. You can get a wrench in here to tighten them up. All right, picked up some fittings. So I'm going to weld them on there like that and like that. But first I got to tidy these up. I could not find the fittings that you just weld on, so again I have to improvise, and I'm going to turn these on the lathe so they look well, one, they're easier to weld, and then two, they look like they were made for it. So it's just easier to get the TIG welder in here to weld this. Okay, I'll go test fit that now and see if I like it. All right, well, I'm pretty happy with that. There's a nice gap in there so I can run a good bead, and there's space to get the torch in. So yeah, happy times. Okay, I'll do another one and then come back and weld this in. Okay, one down, one to go. Well, there it is. I'll go test fit it on the engine and see how it fits. All right, guys, I had to hit it again. I did a pressure test and I got some bubbles on this, so I just ran another bead over it and that fixed it. So I'll put you down, you can see what I'm talking about now. So, I hate oil spraying all over the place, you know. Tested and now ready to put on the engine. Okay, all painted up pretty. I call that good. And here's the remote filter itself. So I got to figure a place to put this on Alice. So I'll go fit this on the engine and then put some of the accessories back on, the skirting on Alice, and figure out where this is going to go. And then I have to get the hoses made up. Okay, here's the back side of it. And it wasn't quite true, so I ended up using a file and a bit of sandpaper to true it up. So it's got a nice surface to seal up against the gasket. So we'll bolt that on and see what it looks like. Well, the remote oil adapter is on. Sometimes it's easier just to pull the engine than to try to put it on. So this dipstick tube got in the way. So was a bit of a bear to get it bolted on. But anyway, it's on there. Torque down. That's it, guys. That's another job done. Well, thanks for checking in, guys. I hope you enjoyed that, and we'll catch you on the next video. Take care.